Alright, let's look at the homework 6.3, problem number 2. Alright, so let's use the trapezoid rule and Simpson's rule to approximate this definite interval. Alright, so I'm going to bring out a GeoGebra here. Alright, so first thing I would do is I'm going to define the function, which is the integrand here. So f of x, alright, colon is equal to x times square root of x squared plus 5. Right, so hit enter. Right, so that's the function. Right, so since that's n equals 4 and the interval is going from 0 to 2, and let's see, 2 divided by 4, so delta x is 1/2. Alright, so trapezoid rule, start with, let's see, 1/2, right? Then we have f of something plus, right, 2 times f of something, f of something, plus 2 times f of something, plus f of something. Right, then delta x is 1/2. So I just put 1/2, it's part of the trapezoid rule. And this 1/2 is delta x, right? So we are going from 0 to 2. So here, first number and last number, we already know, right? Then delta x is 1/2. So every time you go to the next number, so you increase it by 1/2. So this is going to be 0.5 here, and this is going to be 1, and this is 1.5, and 2, right? So if you compute that, you're going to get a value, and we need 4 decimal places, so I'm going to go to rounding, right? Then 4 decimal places, right? So we got the 5.317, right? 5.317, right? So let's go ahead and check the answer, right? Submit for testing. Alright, it came back and looks like we got the trapezoidal rule correctly. Alright, so let's do Simpson's rule. Alright, so I'm gonna go open up the, not this one. Right, open up the GeoGebra here. Right, then we're gonna do pretty much the same thing. So I'm gonna do, right, so it's gonna be 1/3, so that's for the Simpson's rule. So you have f of 2 times f of plus 2 times f of plus 2 times f of, and you have f of something. Right, delta x is exactly the same as before, which is 1/2. Right, then these value actually, so this is a Simpson's rule, so we have to change that to 4 there. Right, then these numbers are exactly the same, from 0, 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2. Right, if you hit enter, right, we got this value. So it's a 5.2728. 5.2728. Right, so let's check the answer. Submit for testing. Alright, it came back and looks like we got this one correctly. Alright, so we want to find the exact value. Alright, so I'm gonna here, let's see, round your answers to 4 decimal places. Right, so I'm gonna cheat a little bit here. Actually, let's do it by hand. Let's not cheat. All right, so here, in order to evaluate this, I'm gonna use a substitution. So I'm gonna let u be x squared plus 5. Right. So go through the usual drill. Take the derivative u with respect to x, which is going to be 2x. And then take the reciprocal of both sides. So you have a dx over du. That's equal to 1 over 2x. Right? Then I'm going to multiply both sides by du. So we get the dx is equal to du over 2x. Right? And also the lower limit 0, upper limit is 2. We have to convert it to a corresponding u value. Plug in 0, 0 squared plus 5 is 5. and 2 squared plus 5 and 4 plus 5 is 9, right? So this is going to be equal to integral from 5 to 9, right? Then you have an x, and then we decided to call this guy u, right? So call inside the square root, this is u. So we have square root of u. Then dx is same thing as du over 2x. Right? So clean up a little bit. X on top, x on the bottom, cancel out. You have 1 over 2 is a constant, so place it right in front. So we're going to get 1/2 in front, integral from 5 to 9. Alright, square root, I'm going to write it as a u to the 1/2 power with respect to u. Right? Then you're going to get the 1/2 in front. Antiderivative is going to be add 1 to the power, so it's going to be 3/2. Divide by 3/2 is the same thing as multiply by 2/3. Then you're going from 5 to 9. Right? So in this case, we can cancel 2 on the bottom, 2 on top. And so 1/3 is just pulled out, right? Let's plug in 9. If you plug in 9, 9 to the 1/2 power is 3. 3 cubed is 27. Minus, right? If you plug in 5, and then you have raised this, so it's 5 to the 3/2 power. Right? So that's that. Alright, let's compute that value. Alright, so I'm going to just open up a GeoGebra here. Right, and here. So the value is, right, so I'm going to have 27 minus 5 to the 3/2 power. Right, and then we're going to have to divide by 3. Right, so we're going to get, it came out to be 5.2732. Right, so let's type it in. Let's see. Oops, so that's not what I want. Here. Right, 5.2732. Right, 5.2732. Right. Let's submit for testing. Alright, it came back and looks like we got all 3 correctly. Alright, that's it. I hope that this was clear.